Picture this. You wake up tomorrow morning, and for the first time in weeks, your legs feel different. The heaviness is gone. The stiffness has melted away. Each step feels lighter, stronger, more confident. It's almost as if your legs have turned back the clock overnight. Sounds impossible, doesn't it? But here's the thing. There are 6 simple foods, everyday ingredients you can find in any grocery store, that contain the exact nutrients your legs need to rejuvenate. These foods don't require hours in the gym. They don't involve expensive supplements or painful treatments. They work naturally with your body to improve blood flow, relax tight muscles, and soothe the inflammation that's been slowing you down. Here's what most people don't realize. Many seniors already eat some of these foods, but without the right combinations and timing, they're missing out on the full benefits. And there's one food in particular, which we'll talk about at the very end, that can trigger a noticeable difference in as little as 12 hours. This is why you can't skip ahead. Every part of this video builds toward a routine that could change how your legs feel. Not weeks from now, but by tomorrow morning. So take a deep breath. Imagine walking across your living room without gripping the furniture. Imagine strolling through the park without needing to stop and rest every few minutes. That's what we're aiming for today. Now let's take the first step together. Let me tell you about Ruth. She's 72 years old and lives in a quiet neighborhood in Oregon. For most of her life, Ruth was active. She loved tending her garden, baking for her grandchildren, and walking around her block every evening with her husband, Frank. But about 6 months ago, things started to change. One afternoon, while picking flowers from her yard, Ruth felt her legs tremble. At first, she brushed it off. Maybe I'm just tired today, she thought. But the heaviness didn't go away. The next week, she struggled to climb the 3 steps to her porch. Her calves felt like they were wrapped in tight bands. Her knees ached even after short walks. And one night, while sitting in her recliner, a sudden cramp shot through her left leg. It was so intense she had to call Frank to help her stand and stretch. Ruth felt worried. She thought, is this how it starts? Am I losing my independence? Frank suggested she rest more, but that only made things worse. The less she moved, the stiffer her legs became. Then, during a Sunday phone call, her daughter mentioned something that caught Ruth's attention. Mom, you might need to focus on your food. Some nutrients can do wonders for tired muscles and poor circulation. At first, Ruth doubted it. She had always eaten well, or so she thought. But as her daughter listed a few foods, Ruth realized she hadn't been eating many of them at all. So she decided to try. That evening, Ruth prepared a simple dinner using 3 of those foods. It felt too easy to make a difference. But the next morning, she felt something she hadn't felt in months. Her legs were lighter. The aching had softened. She walked around the kitchen without holding onto the counter for balance. Ruth smiled and thought, maybe there's hope after all. We'll talk about the foods she used in just a moment. But first, let's look at why these nutrients work so quickly, and why so many seniors are missing out on their benefits. Here's the good news. You don't need to spend hours exercising or buy expensive supplements to feel a difference in your legs. These 6 foods work with your body in a natural way. They provide the exact nutrients your muscles and blood vessels crave as you age. And the best part, you can find them in almost any grocery store. By the end of this video, you'll know how to use them and how to combine them to bring strength and energy back into your legs, starting today. But before we dive in, let me ask you something. How are your legs feeling right now? Do they feel steady and strong? Or have you noticed stiffness, cramps, or a heavy dragging sensation? If so, don't ignore it. Your legs might be asking for help, and these 6 foods could be the first step. Take a moment and leave a quick comment below. Write strong today if your legs feel good, or my legs need this if you're ready for a change. We'd love to hear from you. And if you care about keeping your legs healthy and strong, make sure to subscribe to Better Health. This is where we share simple, natural ways to help seniors stay mobile, independent, and full of life. Now, let's take a closer look at the first food that could make all the difference. Let's start with salmon. This simple fish might hold the key to recharging your legs faster than you ever thought possible. Richard is 75 years old and lives in a small town near Seattle. For most of his life, he loved fishing. He used to spend hours on the lake with his son, casting lines and swapping stories. But recently he noticed something troubling. Just walking from the driveway to his mailbox made his legs feel tight. His calves burned after a few minutes of standing. Climbing stairs left him short of breath, gripping the railing for support. One afternoon, after struggling to carry a basket of laundry upstairs, Richard sat down in frustration. He thought to himself, "Is this what getting old feels like?" Weak legs, no energy. But Richard wasn't ready to give up. During a checkup, his doctor suggested adding more omega-3 fatty acids to his meals. "You need to nourish your muscles from the inside," she said gently. "Start with salmon." At first, Richard was skeptical. How could a fish make a difference? But he decided to try. That evening, he baked a salmon fillet with a drizzle of olive oil, a squeeze of lemon, and a sprinkle of fresh dill. The next morning, something surprising happened. His legs felt lighter. The stiffness wasn't as strong. Walking around the kitchen didn't feel like such an effort. How could this happen so quickly? Salmon is packed with omega-3 fatty acids. As we age, tiny blood vessels in the legs can become stiff, reducing blood flow. Less blood flow means less oxygen and nutrients reaching the muscles. That's when they start to feel heavy, tired, and sore. Omega-3s help relax and open those vessels, allowing more blood to flow freely to your lower body. That means more energy and stronger steps. Salmon is also rich in vitamin D, which helps your body absorb calcium to keep your bones strong. And don't forget the protein. Protein repairs and rebuilds muscle fibers, keeping your legs steady and resilient. Think about this for a moment. When was the last time you ate salmon? You can start as simply as Richard did. Try adding salmon to your dinner once or twice a week. Grill it, bake it, or pan-sear it. Pair it with leafy greens or steamed vegetables for an even bigger boost for your legs. And if fresh salmon isn't an option, canned salmon is affordable and convenient too. The next food on our list works even faster to calm tired, restless legs. And chances are you already have it sitting in your refrigerator right now. Martha always thought she was eating healthy. At 68, she filled her plate with vegetables at every meal. Carrots, green beans, peas, all her favorites. But despite her efforts, her legs still gave her trouble. It started with mild cramps in her calves at night. She would stretch her toes under the covers, only to be jolted awake by a sudden stabbing pain. Some nights, she had to sit on the edge of her bed and massage her legs until the tension eased. Martha assumed this was just part of aging. She tried drinking more water, cutting back on coffee, and even doing gentle stretches before bed. Nothing seemed to help. During her yearly checkup, she mentioned the cramps to her doctor. He nodded and said softly, "You might be missing something important in your diet. How often do you eat spinach?" Martha frowned. "Spinach? Not often. I never really liked it." Her doctor explained that spinach is one of the best sources of magnesium, a mineral essential for muscle relaxation. Without enough magnesium, muscles can contract uncontrollably, leading to painful cramps and stiffness in the legs. As we get older, our bodies naturally lose some magnesium, and many seniors don't realize they're deficient. Adding magnesium-rich foods like spinach can make a big difference. Martha decided to give it a chance. That evening, she steamed a bowl of spinach, drizzled it with olive oil, and added a pinch of sea salt and lemon juice. At first, she didn't expect much, but within a few days, she noticed her legs felt calmer. The nighttime cramps didn't come as often. She could stretch her legs in bed without fear of pain shooting through her calves. Spinach also contains nitrates, which help widen blood vessels and improve circulation to the lower body. Better blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients reaching tired muscles. If you're like Martha and don't enjoy plain spinach, There are plenty of ways to include it in your meals. Toss it into soups, blend it into a smoothie, or sauté it with garlic for a flavorful side dish. It's a small change, but it might be the key to soothing restless legs and helping you sleep peacefully through the night. But don't stop here. The next food provides a burst of potassium, another critical nutrient for strong, flexible muscles. And the best part, you probably have it sitting in your fruit bowl right now. Bananas might seem too simple to make a real difference for your legs. But for David, they changed everything. At 70, David prided himself on staying active. He walked his dog every morning and enjoyed tending to his backyard garden. But over the last few months, his legs began sending him warning signs. It started with a dull ache in his calves. Then came the nighttime cramps, sharp, sudden pains that woke him up and left him rubbing his legs in the dark. One evening, after a particularly bad cramp, David sat at the edge of his bed and sighed. Maybe this is just what happens when you get older, he thought. But during a visit to his daughter's house, he casually mentioned the problem. She raised an eyebrow and said, "Dad, are you eating enough potassium?" David hesitated. He wasn't sure. Potassium is a vital mineral for muscle health. It helps regulate fluid balance in your body and ensures that your muscles contract and relax properly. Without enough potassium, muscles can become tense, cramp, or feel weak. As we age, it's common to lose potassium more easily, especially for seniors taking certain medications like diuretics for blood pressure. That's why replenishing potassium is so important. Bananas are one of the easiest ways to do this. A single medium banana contains around 400 milligrams of potassium, about 10% of your daily needs. Eating a banana can help restore balance, calm overactive muscles, and reduce the chance of those painful nighttime cramps. David decided to make a small change. Instead of his usual evening cookie, he reached for a banana. Within days, the difference was noticeable. His calves no longer tightened as he stretched out in bed. He could sleep through the night without being jolted awake by leg pain. If you want to try this yourself, here's a simple tip. Eat a banana in the evening about 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. This gives your body time to absorb the potassium and relax your muscles. And if you're worried about blood sugar, pair the banana with a handful of almonds or a spoonful of peanut butter. The healthy fats and protein slow down sugar absorption and keep your energy stable. It's an easy, affordable snack. And for many seniors, it's a step toward calmer, stronger legs. But potassium isn't the only nutrient your muscles need. The next food works on a deeper level to nourish and repair tired legs. And it might already be sitting quietly in your pantry. Lentils might look small and plain, but they pack a powerful punch when it comes to helping tired legs. Linda is 68 and lives in a quiet neighborhood in Vermont. She's always been someone who takes care of herself. She eats her vegetables, drinks plenty of water, and even does gentle stretching exercises in the morning. But over the past year, her legs began to feel weaker. It started subtly. She noticed her thighs burning after carrying groceries from the car. Walking up the stairs left her catching her breath. Sometimes she felt dizzy after standing for too long. One afternoon, after helping her granddaughter tidy up toys on the floor, Linda felt lightheaded and had to sit down quickly. That scared her. At her next doctor's appointment, she mentioned these struggles. The doctor listened carefully and said, "Linda, I think you might be low on iron. Without enough iron, your muscles aren't getting the oxygen they need. Iron plays a critical role in carrying oxygen to every part of your body, including your legs. When iron is low, your muscles tire faster, feel heavy, and can even ache after mild activity." The doctor recommended adding more iron-rich foods to her diet. "Try lentils," he said. "They're full of iron and protein. It's an easy way to nourish your muscles from the inside." Linda wasn't sure. She hadn't eaten lentils in years. But later that week, she decided to make a simple lentil soup. She simmered them with carrots, onions, celery, and a sprinkle of herbs. After just a few days of including lentils in her meals, Linda felt a difference. Her legs didn't tire as quickly during her daily walks. She climbed the stairs without gripping the railing so tightly. Lentils aren't just rich in iron. They're also loaded with protein, which repairs and builds muscle fibers. And they're high in folate, which supports healthy blood production. Another key factor in keeping your legs energized. If you want to try this, remember a simple tip: pair lentils with a squeeze of lemon or a side of bell peppers. Vitamin C helps your body absorb iron more effectively. Lentils are affordable, easy to prepare, and perfect for seniors looking for a gentle, natural way to support their legs. But iron and protein aren't the whole story. The next food on our list is creamy delicious and works in a completely different way to help your muscles stay calm and strong. Mary never thought much about her afternoon snacks. At 66, she often reached for a handful of crackers or a cookie with her tea. It was her little treat to get through the day. But recently, Mary started noticing something different about her legs. In the evenings, they felt heavy and stiff. Climbing the stairs took more effort. Standing up from her favorite chair felt slower than before. One day, while shopping with her daughter, she mentioned it. "My legs just don't feel like they used to," she said with a sigh. Her daughter paused and replied, "Mom, maybe you're not getting enough protein and calcium. Your muscles and bones need more support now." Mary hadn't thought about that. She assumed she was eating enough, but her diet hadn't changed in years. Her daughter suggested a simple swap. Instead of cookies, try a small bowl of Greek yogurt. Greek yogurt is a powerhouse for aging muscles. It's packed with protein, nearly double the amount found in regular yogurt. Protein is essential for repairing and rebuilding muscle fibers, which helps keep legs strong and steady. It's also rich in calcium, which supports bone health. Strong muscles need a solid foundation, and healthy bones provide just that. Mary decided to give it a try. That evening, she made a small bowl of Greek yogurt with a drizzle of honey and a handful of walnuts. To her surprise, it was delicious and satisfying. Within a week, she began to notice small changes. Her legs didn't feel as heavy in the evenings. Standing up felt smoother. She even managed to carry her laundry basket upstairs without pausing halfway. There's another hidden benefit to Greek yogurt. It contains probiotics, the good bacteria that support gut health. A healthy gut helps your body absorb nutrients more effectively, ensuring your muscles get the vitamins and minerals they need. If you're thinking about trying this, here's a tip. Enjoy a serving of Greek yogurt in the evening. Add berries for antioxidants, or sprinkle chia seeds for an extra boost of omega-3s. It's a simple change, but it can go a long way in calming restless muscles and restoring strength to your legs. But we're not done yet. The final food on our list is rich, creamy, and packed with healthy fats that fight inflammation in a unique way. You might already have it in your kitchen. Tom never imagined that a simple fruit could change how his legs felt. At 71, he spent most mornings reading the newspaper in his recliner, sipping coffee while the sun came through the window. But over the past few months, something started to bother him. Whenever he stood up after sitting for too long, his legs felt stiff and swollen. His ankles seemed puffy, and his calves felt tight, almost like they were wrapped in thick bands. One afternoon, after struggling to stand from his recliner, Tom said softly to himself, "I guess this is just what happens at my age." But deep down, he didn't like the thought of losing his independence. A few days later, while visiting his son, Tom mentioned his legs. His daughter-in-law listened carefully and said, "You might be dealing with mild inflammation. Tom, have you thought about adding more healthy fats to your meals?" Tom raised an eyebrow. "Healthy fats? You mean like olive oil?" "Exactly. And avocados," she replied. "They're full of nutrients that can help calm inflammation and improve circulation in your legs." Tom decided to give it a try. The next morning, he mashed half an avocado and spread it over a slice of whole grain toast. He sprinkled a little sea salt and added a squeeze of lemon juice. It was creamy rich and surprisingly satisfying. Within a few days, he began to notice something different. When he stood up from his recliner, his legs didn't feel as tight. The stiffness had eased, and his calves felt lighter. Walking to the mailbox no longer seemed like such a chore. Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fats, the kind that support heart health and reduce inflammation throughout the body, including the legs. These healthy fats help keep blood vessels flexible, improving circulation and allowing more oxygen and nutrients to reach tired muscles. They're also a great source of potassium, which balances sodium levels and helps prevent fluid retention. Too much fluid can make legs feel heavy and sluggish. If you're looking for an easy way to include avocados in your diet, try adding them to a salad, blending them into a smoothie, or simply enjoying them on toast, like Tom did. It's a simple, delicious way to give your legs the support they deserve. But remember, avocados are just one piece of the puzzle. In the next part of this video, we'll tie everything together and reveal how these 6 foods work as a team to rejuvenate your legs. And we'll share a simple routine that could help you feel the difference in as little as 12 hours. Think back to Ruth, Richard, Martha, David, Linda, Mary, and Tom. Each of them started with one small step, a single choice at the dinner table, a simple change in their daily habits. And each of them felt the difference in their legs faster than they imagined. After just a few hours, Ruth noticed her legs felt lighter. Richard climbed his stairs without gripping the railing. Martha finally slept through the night without painful cramps. David stretched out in bed without fear of sudden spasms. Linda walked up her driveway without stopping to rest. Mary stood from her chair smoothly, no longer dreading that first step. And Tom no longer felt that familiar tightness when standing after sitting too long. What they discovered is something you can experience too. Your legs are your foundation. They carry you through every moment of your life. They deserve care, attention, and the right nourishment to stay strong, no matter your age. The 6 foods we've talked about today are not magic pills. They are natural, gentle, and effective because they give your body exactly what it needs to heal and thrive. Omega-3s to open your blood vessels. Magnesium to relax tense muscles. Potassium to keep them flexible. Iron and protein to rebuild their strength. Healthy fats to calm inflammation. Calcium to support your bones. Each food works on its own. Together, they're even more powerful. So here's your challenge. Start small. Pick just one of these 6 foods and add it to your next meal. Notice how your body responds. Feel the difference in your steps, your posture, your confidence. And then imagine waking up tomorrow standing tall and walking without that familiar heaviness or stiffness. Imagine strolling through your neighborhood, stopping to chat with neighbors, or walking your dog around the block without needing to sit and rest. Imagine moving through your day freely, without worrying about your legs holding you back. That future is closer than you think. But we're not stopping here. In the next video, you'll discover 5 simple morning habits that can strengthen your legs even further. These are things you can do before breakfast, and they might make you feel like you've turned back the clock 20 years. You don't want to miss it. So here's what to do next. Subscribe to Better Health so you don't miss a single tip. And leave a comment below to tell us which of these 6 foods you're going to try first. Your journey to stronger, healthier legs starts today, and we'll be here to guide you every step of the way.